You thought I was bullshitting. You thought I was bullshitting. No, sir. No, sir. We are back. Within a week, we are actually back to the Beta LP. This is episode 13. So, in the last episode, we worked on the library, and I was not super happy with the way I left it, and I did tell you that I would work on it more, and I have, as you can see. So, I got what I wanted. I got the indent, and I think it looks good. This is pretty much what I was going for. And I just added some shrubs because it looks a little weird without them. So, did that on both sides. And I brought this back. Yeah. I feel like this works a lot better now that I have these slabs here. It just feels more complete. So, I'm really happy with the front, actually. Kind of want to add something. I don't know. I feel like the front is missing some color, so let's do something like that, maybe. There we go. That's a little more interesting. So I haven't done anything to the side yet, and I kind of talked about it a bit, but I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't really love these long windows. They feel kind of ridiculous. So I think I'm going to make another change. I have to walk all the way back to this goddamn farmer house every time I want to change something. Oh my god. I really, really miss sprinting sometimes. I really do. So I think what I might do is this. Let's see, where is the center? Gonna have to eyeball it, I guess. That looks right. Right, 4 on each side. I guess that's correct. So I'm actually gonna take this out. And I might go a little further. Ah, it's so painful to break glass. It's so painful. So painful. But I think it should be done in this case. Why don't we try something more like this? Right, actually separate the windows a little bit. Have 2 windows instead of one giant one. I actually had this idea last night, and it's amazing how rarely I actually do this. In fact, I never do this. And I often have this issue. I don't like super long windows because they look stupid. And that's a pretty obvious solution, and I never do it. It never dawns on me. I don't know why. And this will illuminate it a little better anyway, so that is, I think, just the right move. I could add bushes and whatnot here. It's a little empty on this side, but honestly, I could take that or leave it. We're actually not done, because in the last video, I think his name was Incinerator Dave, but he gave me an idea. So, I'm going to call this books, God fucking damn it, a few hundred? Yeah, it doesn't really fit on the sign, but books a few hundred. Because just eyeballing these bookshelves, that seems about right. This is not a books a million. Not quite. Alright, so that's the library. So the main thing I want to focus on in this episode is the Great Hall. And I might actually try to finish it. So I said I would go into Creative World and try things out, and I never did that. We're just going to see what happens here. But I'm going to save that for just a bit later. There are 2 things I want to do. So one, and I may or may not actually do this. Where is it? Oh yeah, I have lots of gravel. Lots and lots of gravel. Cool. That should be enough. So one thing I was thinking of doing is extending this path. And again, we may or may not do this, but extending it over here to the mine. If we do that, I would kind of have to build something over there. Otherwise, the path only goes this way, and that ruins the symmetry, and we all know that symmetry is king. I don't think those cows understand that, but we do. So, is this too much to ask for? I wonder. Because one way we could do it, and now that I'm thinking of it, this was actually what I originally had in mind. Get the fuck out of my way. You're annoying me now. You are annoying me now. Go away. So one way we could do this is by kind of tunneling through. Because I don't really want to have to go up like this. So it'll split off here, and then it'll go down here to 2 places, actually. One of which is going to be the skeleton farm we have way down there. And the reason I brought this cobble with me is because I want to make a little... what are they called? Like in modern versions of the game, the little, like the small 3x3 sandstone things you find out in the desert that have that, like, well in them. Whatever the fuck those are called. Something like that there, just to indicate that there is something there instead of that stupid cobble block. And the other thing I would kind of like to do is do what I was talking about in the last video, which is making this look nice. adding some like flowers. There's some flowers around here, but you know, actually decorating it, adding some sugar cane, maybe adding like a spring that comes down from somewhere. Just make this look like a proper spring that people would hang out at. So one thing that kind of bugs me about this is it really worth making this giant path just for these little things? Like, I'm not sure. Because presumably if you're living in the village, you know where these things are. They're just right outside. Like, why do we need these dedicated paths? You know, at some level, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I want all this stuff to feel connected, so I think I might go for it. It just sucks because that's so much gravel to lay down. And if it doesn't look good, well, that sucks. Wow, that's a fucking great start, isn't it? You know, it just came to mind, so I'm going to talk about it. So one thing I've been thinking about is whether I like beta 1.7.3 or beta 1.8.1 more. Or really just 1.8, I guess it doesn't really matter. What's a patch update? But honestly, I feel like as I play beta 1.7.3 more, and I kind of get used to all the annoying things in it, and then I jump in a more modern version, and I can sprint, and I can enchant, and I can brew. Those are the three main things I always bring up, because I really like doing those three things. The brewing, not so much, but it is nice having that option, because that can be super helpful. And, by the way, just the better armor system. The armor system in this version sucks. Like, I actually hate it. I've explained it before, but in case you missed that, the way it basically works is the different materials. So why am I not wearing diamond armor right now? Why am I not wasting my diamonds on... Oh, by the way, you can see my skin now because I'm on beta craft instead of the normal launcher, so here I am. Anyway, the reason I use iron instead of diamond is because all diamond does is last a little bit longer. Like, a little bit longer. It doesn't actually protect you more. And you'll see that, like, when I put on iron, my armor things down in the bottom right, those fill up, just as they do with diamond, because it actually doesn't matter. They do the same protection, the diamond simply lasts longer. But it's not long enough to even be worth it, so it's just a waste. So I liked it in 1.8, they actually made diamond, like, a lot more useful. But you get the point, just like little things like that. Just a lot of quality of life things, food stacking, being able to shift click and all that, like... Oh my god, there's just so many little quality of life things that beta 1.7 lacks that honestly don't have any charm. They don't have any charm, they're just annoying, and it's easy to tell oneself all these like cope stories about, well, I like the simplicity. It's like, yeah, but this also just fucking sucks sometimes. I have fucking fucked up, haven't I? I really thought I was far enough away, but we were running right into this damn thing. Whose name I still don't know and never will know because I don't think anyone on Earth knows. And I'm going to lose some of this gravel to Flint, so yeah, I'm fucking happy right now. But back to the beta version thing. So one thing I've been thinking about doing is making my own custom Minecraft client. Because it's a very easy game to decompile. I've done it before. And what I would like to do is just kind of just do a la carte, right? Just pick and choose all the features I like. All the things I just mentioned that I like, while also retaining the things I like about beta 1.7. Like, I like the world generation in 1.7 a little bit better than 1.8, personally. And this is a personal thing, so you may or may not care about this, but I will release it if I do this, and I plan to actually get to it pretty soon, so you may be interested. So what I would do, basically, is leave the overworld pretty much the same. The Nether would get the fortresses and all that, because I like having fortresses to explore. And I wouldn't mind adding villages, and also, like, mine shafts underground. Just things like that. So everything above ground would be what you're seeing now, beta 1.7. Below ground, we'll add some interesting structures. And, you know, bring all the quality of life stuff back. Make the enchanting system the way I want it, the armor system, all of that. Just really make the game the way I want to play it, right? Hit that sweet spot so I don't have to compromise on, you know, 1.7.3 or 1.8. And I've been thinking of writing kind of a general program that lets you, like, actually select those features that you want out of different versions. Because I think everyone would be interested in that. That way you can really put the game together the way you want to play it. I think that would be really cool. Because that's the basic thing. It's like, what trade-off am I going to pick? Am I going to take the nice simplicity of beta 1.7 and have to deal with the lack of quality of life? Or am I going to give up on the simplicity a bit and get the quality of life? It shouldn't have to be a hard choice like that. So I am working on a solution, or at least planning to. Anyway, so now we have 2 blocks between whatever that thing is and the path. Okay, back to square one. Let's go. Let's hope I chose this path kind of okay, because I chose it at random, pretty much. And that's the last of my fucking gravel. Well, hope it was worth it. I think I'm okay with it. And we can't complete this until I get more gravel, so yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna hit on the way there is the skeleton thing, so, well, let's just go ahead and do that. I'm thinking I could do like a spiral staircase down. Let's go down here and actually see what we're dealing with. Okay, so does this, it does, it leads directly to here. Nice. Ooh, I think the pick is just barely gonna last. It's just barely gonna last. You probably can't see anything right now. But I think we're gonna break through. Any block, we're gonna break through. Just any second now. Any second, we're gonna break through. There we go. And there we go. So what? I don't know what to do about this guy. Like, I'm not quite sure how to style it. Maybe I need to extend it out a little bit more. And then, God, I really wish we had stone fences. Really wish we had stone fences. I could really use those often. Right, we could do this, and then maybe do that. So, I kind of want to style it like this, but it's quite a few torches. Quite a few torches, but now it'll actually stand out. All right. Well, now we actually have a real way to get down here. The only issue is, in order to actually get to the farm, I think it's here. Well, you know, that's not far. That's not bad, actually. Ah, there we go. Something's happening. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. This whole thing has like a distinctly beta feel to it. I'm not sure why. I like it. Let's see. So I do like that we have glowstone in this version, because I think glowstone would be a nice way to do the lighting here. Let's do this. So, yeah, what the actual fuck was that? Really hope I didn't lose too much here. It was in the water, so nothing got damaged. So that's nice. There, I guess this is maybe what people would sit on and just kind of hang out here. Yeah. And as for the sugar cane, not really sure where those should go. Somewhere like kind of around here, I think. And this is a little too much yellow for me. So let's redistribute these. Let's stick that guy there, maybe. Stick one of these guys here. Maybe stick another one, I don't know, here. Doesn't matter that much. It just has to be perfect. So, I'm kind of wondering right now whether I've sort of killed my channel through my excessive inactivity, because the views aren't quite what they were. I'm happy with what I'm getting. As long as there are people consistently coming in and enjoying the content, then that's great. But I feel somewhat shadow banned at the moment, because when I started the series, I averaged like, I don't know, 1 to 300 views, which is maybe a little bit more than what I'm getting at the moment. Like, I kind of had this peak where I was getting like, 1,000 views here and there on an episode, and I kind of died off, and I wonder if that's my fault. I really wonder if I pissed the algorithm off and they're like, okay, you're not serious, so we're done giving you a chance. But you know what? It can go fuck itself, because I have a water bucket somewhere. I think. Yes. Yeah. Missed opportunity much? Wow, I'm really wondering. Oh, fuck you. I can't even... No, this isn't even a fix. The water bucket does not fix that if I don't have anything to place it on. And I don't even know how that works. You know what? We'll let this be something else, I think. I have already started on this guy, and I kind of like this as a spring area just a little bit better, I think. See, this shouldn't happen. That's bullshit. Maybe add one there. I want them kind of disjoint. I want to have some irregularity in it. There we go, something like that. Okay, don't do any silly spreading, please. Okay, we're good. We are good. There we go, now we have an actual nice little spring area. Okay, let's get some resources, because we're moving on to the next thing, and that is the Great Hall. We're gonna try to finish it in this episode. And one obvious question is, how are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do it like that, or I don't know, some kind of middle ground? I think we should just do that. I think that looks a little more great than this. This is, I don't know, this is kind of a struggle design. Not a fan. Not a fan. Get the fuck out of here. So when we finish this, I'd like to have two big pillars, like 2x2 pillars, one here and one here, just made out of logs, and that'll kind of hold the roof up. So we need enough space for that, and I did build at least this part in a creative world, and I'm too lazy to switch over to that, and I don't exactly remember how big I made this. Okay, so I may not actually have enough slabs for this, go figure. But I don't want this outside patio part to be lame either. I want this to be cool. So part of me wants to give a little more space here, but I don't think we can afford it. I'm actually going to bring this around a bit. So it's going to go long, because after all, that's the space we have. Because obviously we want this thing to be reasonably big. We want this to be cool. We want it to be worth it. We want it to deserve to be at the center of the village. Oh, I just love the way the orange looks from this angle. Oh, it's so good. Look at that. Alright, so that's about how big it's going to be. I think I'm actually going to run through all of my cobblestone and maybe even more. I might actually have to go to the mine just for this part. God, I hope this is worth it. So I just checked in this chest. I didn't notice these. Yeah. So you'll notice we've pretty much run through all our cobble. I was hoping that I might have actually been exaggerating this time, but once again, no. This takes a lot of goddamn cobble. This is actually insane. Here we go. Okay. And one last little thing I wanted to do. Gotta use more of these, unfortunately, but I want to do something like this. I could use half as many if I could just place slabs on top, but can't do that. I just want to add a little padding around the rim like this. Ooh, oh my god, I think we actually have enough to finish this. And maybe some to spare. Wow. Oh my god. So that should be all the slabs we need. Let's go ahead and start on the actual hull. I think I'll use logs on the corners. I mean, if it's all just a solid chunk of wooden planks, that's obviously a little bit too lame. A little bit too lame. I would have liked a little bit more padding, so people can actually, like, walk around over here. But we're not changing shit. No, not happening. So I'm kind of wondering, like, just how tall should this be? Because I don't think I'm going to have 2 stories to it. Although, I'm not really sure. So should we have a single set of double doors here, or maybe 2 sets of double doors? I feel like that might make sense. It's a big enough building, I think we can justify that. And let's just go ahead and add the floor. And I'm probably going to forget, but we really got to torch this up, because, oh my god, there are going to be so many mobs down here. So many mobs. Okay, so, as you can see, it is coming along. I planted a couple trees because all the trees are basically concentrated on that side, and it looks kind of weird. I tried to get a big one over here, but I just could not make it work. It just would not give me a big tree. Lucked out on that one. I don't like normal trees. I mean, we already have so many big trees. It's like, why stoop? Why stoop? So, yeah. This is the inside of the Great Hall, and now you can see what I complained about in the last episode. So the plan was to have a long table going this way, and that would lead to this kind of elevated area where the king's throne would be. We obviously don't have enough space for that. We just don't. So I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do for the interior. I'm really just not sure. We could do away with the king concept and just let this be kind of a kingless village, I guess. I don't know how likely that actually is in all of history, but, you know. It's a video game. We can make up whatever the fuck we want, I guess. But I'm really just not sure what to put in here. I thought I was sure. One idea I had was to kind of just have like a massive table. Maybe made out of something different, because my god. But to basically have a massive table, and people just kind of come here to have, like, I don't know, giant town feasts. Something like that. Not actually sure on the details. We'll have to see. And I probably won't even figure that out in this video. I think I'm just gonna sit on it for a bit, think it through, and try to come up with something cool. This is kind of lame, isn't it? I mean, obviously I kind of want to do something like this at the very least, but I don't know if it'll look good having two logs right next to each other like this. You know what? I can live with it. And I don't think I'm going to make the building much taller than this. It's going to have to be a little taller just to fill the space up to the roof. But let's go ahead and start doing the roof. Okay, so that's the first part of the roof done. I figured it would be about as fun to watch as it was to do, so I just cut ahead. I capped it off kind of early there. I don't want it to go way above the village wall, and I'm not placing any more stairs than that. Oh my god. So we have yet to integrate these things into it, so we're going to bring another little roof section, like, extending out of here. And these are going to go up in there and support that. So that's the next. Okay. There it is. There it is. Ooh. No. There it isn't. This has one more than this side, but you see what I'm going for here. So this is basically what I had in mind for the Great Hall, at least for the exterior. Again, I have absolutely nothing in mind for the interior right now. I'm just going to leave that open for the time being, but I think this looks good. I also added there's just this tiny detail on these. I feel like it looks a lot better. It looks a lot less flat, more interesting. So obviously one other thing we're going to need to do is add, windows, or at least some kind of detail work on this thing, because it's pretty dark in there. So I'm pretty sure we have a bunch of glass. So I think I'm going to make a bunch of, like, maybe a giant, like, almost circle-shaped thing up there. Or I wonder, I've never done this before. I don't know if I've even seen this done before. I mean, almost certainly I have. Look at all these wolves. What the hell? Let's see. I'm going to shoot this straight up. Does it hit someone? Does it hit someone? Anyone? Nope. I think we're just going to have the glass be determined by the structure that's already there. I think that makes sense. So let's go up here. Oh, I forgot. I always forget. I always forget to do the back part once I make the roof. I always forget that. Yeah, minus all the floating blocks. I like it. And for the outside here, if I can get around the second roof, I think I'm basically just going to have it go up and down like that. That's the thing that I've never done before. Don't know if it'll look good. It can't look too bad, right? I mean, we better fucking hope not, because that's a lot of wasted glass. Okay, there it is. I think that looks nice. I kind of want to extend it up by one. I'm not going to do that now, but in the future I think I will, because still a little too much wooden plank there. This part here and over there feels a little bit boring, so I think I'll add more windows. I'm worried I'm going like slightly overboard on it, but I think I see one way we can improve this. You may not like the fact that they're so close together like that, but hopefully that's an improvement. Yeah, I think so. Obviously I can move these out by one and have, one or two blocks in between them, but that's a start. In fact, I think I will do that, because I actually kind of hate it as I see it from back here. But honestly, I'm not going to put much more thought into this Great Hall in this episode. I am a bit exhausted. I've been going for like 3 hours now. I think I'm actually going to take the roof and extend it back towards me a little bit. It feels a little skimpy. Like, do it the same way I did here. I should go out by 2 instead of just 1. That feels lame. But yeah, here we are. Well, for the most part. Still got to do this. I'm not sure there's anything more I can do that's really going to be interesting on this Great Hall. Might as well throw some doors on. It's not really complete until it has doors, and I have to make 4 of these. Yay. There we go, and there we go. Okay. Should probably put some torches here, honestly. Probably a good move, and I wonder, kind of hate to do this. Should we have torches going around like this? It's a lot of torches, but kind of want to add something on these guys. And actually, since I have so much wood, I know, I lie a lot. I said I would stop, but I have to see this. I wonder if this could look good as a decor on the bottom. You know what? That's good. Because one thing I was kind of wanting to do was put wooden slabs around it, but that kind of restricts your movement around it. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I'm liking that so much better. Okay, well, There we go. It's kind of crazy that we're here. We really should have been here a long time ago, but there it is. There is the Great Hall, minus the backside and the interior. All right, I am out of energy. The sun is going down. It is just time to wrap this episode up. So I think this is a great start on the Great Hall, and I'm glad we kind of spruced some things up over there. Obviously, we're going to have to build something over there at some point in the future so that we can extend this path over. And if I had, like, any gravel, really, I would also like to extend this back just a bit. But things are looking nice. Things are, as I like to say, coming along. Let's just enter the village and see what it looks like. What does it look like to enter the village? Now that we have all the extra trees, now that we have these nice lamps, and now that we have the Great Hall, yeah. I wanted it to be about that grand relative to everything else, and I think we did it. I think we have pulled it off. Lots of detail work to still be done here, obviously. I may even put logs to kind of outline the big V window, the upside down V window, but that's for future me. I really like this place. This place feels nice. This is really the theme I was kind of going for, and, well, I'm glad we're here. It only took 13 episodes, but we are here. This was supposed to be a slow-going series anyway, but even given that, I feel like I've been pushing it quite a bit. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the nicer rate of progress, and I will do my best to keep that up. Once again, I just cannot predict the future, and since it's summer, everyone expects me to be free, so that's when I'm most asked to do things. So it's kind of the basic problem with summer. We're not actually free because, well, you're free. And honestly, I might replace the oak with spruce. I'm thinking about it. At least in some places. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Mostly just tedious building and touching things up. No real adventure. We haven't had a real adventure in a while. I mean, we found a dungeon. We've gone to the Nether. What else is there to do in Beta 1.7? We have no end. We can't beat the game. We don't have any nether fortresses to explore. Yeah, that's kind of the question about Beta 1.7, isn't it? It's basically just, what am I going to build next? Because there's nothing else to do. But you know what? That is what we signed up for, so we might as well just embrace the challenge and see what else we can come up with here. So you may or may not have noticed, but there's been a huge surge in popularity of these Minecraft Beta World Tours. It's been a very common thing, and I've been wanting to do one for some time, but we just don't have that much to display right now. Once we finish the village off, I wouldn't mind doing one, at least a little bit, as maybe not a world tour, I won't call it that, but just a village tour. Once we get the village done, we can just kind of go through it for people who maybe aren't following the series but like to watch build videos. But I could ramble for hours about future plans, so I'm just going to stop here. So, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.